Intention produces hypocrisy, and her hypocrisy is far from truth. Do not let heaven's kingdom wither away. It is like a palm shoot whose dates dropped around it. It produced buds, and after they grew, its productivity dried up. This is also what happened with fruit that came from this single root. After it was harvested, the fruit was obtained by many, and it certainly would be good if you could produce new growth. You would find it. So that's more of a parable. Let's see, we've got a little verse here that says, this parable of the date palm shoot remains difficult to translate, of course, and the translation given here is somewhat tentative. The reference to it in the last sentence apparently indicates the kingdom. So he said, this is not difficult to translate. I want you to visualize the palm and its leaf shooting upward, its trunk shooting upward. And when it produces its fruit, that means the fruit of the Spirit, as always indicated in the Bible and otherwise in many sacred texts. And when the dates drop to the ground, when you produce buds, that's a symbol for enlightenment, just like the lotus flower opening. And then after a certain maturity, spiritual maturity is what I mean here, after it grew, its productivity dried up. So this is what you do. Your prayers dry up. There's an arid, dry environment in your mind and in your hearts, and you lose interest in the kingdom of God and in the communion with your own soul. And then the fruits of the Spirit dry up. The buds no longer produce. They dry up. The dates have already been used or dropped upon the ground. When the dates dropped upon the ground, that meant you were quickened. The buds of the palm opened, you awakened, you flowered and matured spiritually, you produced fruit. Those are spiritual gifts. When they dropped to the ground, that's a symbol that you gave them to others and did not fully use them for yourself, right? So you need to produce new growth again. The soul needs continual discipline and new growth to produce spirits of prophecy and other things mentioned in this letter. Okay, does everybody understand that? Are you guys done? You're super quiet.